Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over some information about Bitcoin and halving. What in the world does that mean? What are some frequently asked questions? And what can we possibly expect from the Bitcoin halving? So this is the countdown. So 5 days, 9 hours, 46 minutes, and 31 seconds. So in April 2024, the block reward will be reduced from 6.25 Bitcoin per block to 3.125 Bitcoin per block, as tracked by their countdown clock that you have here. This link was off of coinmarketcap.com. I'll link in the description below if you want to take some more time to go through that. It says Bitcoin halving is a pre-programmed event that reduces the reward given to crypto miners by half approximately every 4 years. So the halving is essential because it ensures that the supply of Bitcoin is kept in check and prevents inflation. The reduction of the mining rewards means that the demand for Bitcoin is expected to increase and its value is likely to surge in response. It is anticipated to happen every 210 blocks, or roughly every 4 years, with the most recent halving occurring in May of 2020, reducing the reward from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoin per block. The Bitcoin halving plays a crucial role in the long-term viability and scarcity of Bitcoin. So we're going to look back at the past halvings of what happened after the halving occurred. So November 28th of 2012, it went from 50 to 25 per block, and the price went from $13 all the way to $1,000 by the year end. July 9th, 2016, reduced from 25 to 12 and a quarter. 12 and a half. And it went from where it was at to nearly $20,000 at the end of that year. And then May 11th, 2020, what happened? It went from 12.5 to 6.25 per block, and you saw the surge in Bitcoin from there. Went and hit all-time highs. I think to maybe like 50,000 or something like that. And then now, so we're at another point of how high is it going to go here. So it's going to be from 6.25 to 3.125, and so now how high is it going to go after that is kind of yet to be seen. I'll have to just kind of wait it out and see what happens there. So basically from May or mid-April to May all the way to the end of the year, it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens with the price. All right, and some frequently asked questions on the halving. So why does it happen? I won't hit all of these, I'm just going to hit several. So why does a Bitcoin halving happen? The halving is hard-coded into Bitcoin's protocol to control the supply and the inflation rate. By reducing the block reward and slowing the supply growth, the halving gives Bitcoin predictable inflation rate and makes it a scarce asset. So supply and demand, and that makes it, you have to think about it, this is why the price starts to increase. It's all about supply and demand of, they're releasing some out, and it makes it more scarcity to people to get their hands on. So people want to get their hands on it more, which is basically increases the number of people trying to come in and buy it, and runs the price up. So how does the halving affect Bitcoin miners? The halving cuts miners' profits in half in terms of coins. If the halving reduces the reward for each mined block, their profit margins shrink if the prices don't rise. This forces miners to find cheaper electricity, more efficient equipment, shut down operations. While challenging, these pressures ultimately incentivize miners to innovate and make Bitcoin mining more energy efficient and decentralized over the long run. So what determines when it happens? So it's every 210 blocks, or typically about 4 years is whenever it happens. And it says what are the dates of halving. So we're looking at these are the ones that we mentioned earlier: November 2012, and then we had July 2016, May 2020, and now we have one coming up in about 5 to 6 days. Why is it called the term halving? Is because it just basically cuts in half the rewards for the miners, basically, is what it is. Let's see. has Bitcoin insurance scheduled change? Will the 2024 halving increase the price of Bitcoin? Historically, Bitcoin's price has tended to increase following halving events. For instance, the price saw significant increases in the years following the previous halvings. It's difficult to make price predictions for 2024 and 2025, but many people believe that crypto's 4-year cycles are based around Bitcoin's halving schedule and hoping that 2024 halving will kick off a new bull market. So we'll see. I mean, it's, if you're following that trend, if you're looking off of the every time it's halved, yes, it has increased the bull market run, and it's lasted for quite a while, but you know, it's going to kind of yet to be seen, right? It's hard to have a crystal ball and say yes, it's going to, but if history repeats itself as it's done the last 3 times, then potentially that could. Does a supply reduction impact the price? So having effectively reduced the rate at which they're created, decreasing the overall supply increase over time. According to the basic economic principles, a decrease in supply and demand remain constant or increasing tends to drive the prices higher. These are the many factors that come together to increase the price of an asset, but many people in crypto highlight the halving as having a major impact when they make price predictions. So in a sense, yes, it should. Does the Bitcoin halving create price volatility? It's going to be volatile no matter what. My opinion for crypto. How many halving cycles will there be until the 21 million Bitcoin have been created? We can assume that the cycle continues with the halving approximately every 4 years. However, it's important to note that the exact timing of the future halvings may vary slightly due to the way Bitcoin network adjusts its difficulty and the actual block prediction rate. Therefore, the above estimates are approximate, and you will need to keep an eye on the Bitcoin network to get the most up-to-date information. Nevertheless, there will be approximately 32 halvings in total until the maximum supply of 21 million Bitcoin is reached. So that's kind of in a nutshell some information about that. There's some more information you can go and click on. Again, this is off of coinmarketcap.com, and I'm going to link this in the description below. So I'd encourage you to kind of read through there. There's also a YouTube video. This guy with the crazy eyes talks about the Bitcoin halving. So if you want to watch another video that explains it a little bit more, as opposed to just reading off of this, feel free to do that as well. So so it's getting pretty close. So it has 5 days. In 5 days, 9 hours, 31 minutes. So today, at the time of this video, it is the 14th. So it's really scheduled to be around April 20th, basically, roughly, is whenever the halving that should occur. And then keep an eye on the market after the 20th and see if it kind of holds true, if the trend is going to continue, and the price surge from where it's at now to where people think it may go, which people have talked about 100,000, 150,000. I don't know if we're going to get to that high up. That'd be kind of neat if we did, because that should mean that a lot of other coins should follow suit in that pattern as well. So let me know your comments below, guys, what you're doing with your crypto. Do you own Bitcoin? Do you own other coins? And we'll go from there. But I'll update you on Bitcoin and the crypto market after the halving has occurred, maybe midweek or at the end of that week, and we'll go from there.